So today I want to talk about inflammatory foods and my top 4 no foods. So I was inspired to do this video because I get so many questions from my clients on what can or what should I be eating when I'm trying to manage my Lyme disease. And that's a really overwhelming question because there could be so many different things that you should or could be eating. So I like to kind of just make it a little bit more tangible and give my clients 4 things to avoid. And those 4 things are eggs, gluten, dairy, and artificial sweeteners. Those are my top 4. There's more, but those are the top 4 that are going to get your best bang for your buck if you had to only eliminate those 4. So let's go back to eggs. So eggs. Eggs feed viruses, bacteria, mold, and fungus in our body. They're very easily digested and a very preferred protein for those viruses and bacteria. But they also can trigger edema in our lymphatic system. And if you're healing and trying to manage any chronic illness, your lymphatic system is likely already sluggish. So eggs will only contribute to that and make your lymphatic system even more sluggish. The second one is dairy. So dairy contains lactose, fat, and sugar. And those 3 ingredients combined in our bloodstream prove to fuel a breeding ground for those viruses and bacteria. So that's a reason why we want to avoid dairy. But dairy also creates a lot of mucus, and that mucus turns into inflammation. And we're trying to avoid that inflammation and that mucus. So that's another reason why we want to avoid dairy. The third one is gluten. So with the gluten is a protein that's found in most grains. And that those grains that contain this gluten also contain multiple allergens and proteins that can trigger pretty much any condition. But they really affect the gut and your intestinal tract and your bowels. So if you're constipated, or if you have diarrhea, or if you have that gut bloat always, try to eliminate your gluten, right? So anything gut related is start with gluten. Start there. There could be other foods triggering it as well, but start with gluten first. Try to eliminate that to really help heal your intestinal tract and your bowels. The last one is artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners, it should be a dead giveaway in the name of it. It's artificial, which equals chemical shitstorm. Don't eat it. It's fake. It's man-made. It's artificial. So we don't want to be consuming those. But the artificial sweeteners also contain aspartame. That aspartame really affects our central nervous system and our neurons. So long-term use of aspartame has been proven to, cause stroke later in life. So it really affects the central nervous system. And when we're trying to heal and manage, any type of chronic illness, especially Lyme disease, we're already dealing with a lot of neurological symptoms. So aspartame is only going to exacerbate that and make it worse. So really try to eliminate that, as we don't need to be dealing with any of those chemical shitstorms in our body. So eggs, dairy, gluten, artificial sweeteners. Those are the top 4 things that you can start eliminating from your diet today and see how you feel. Give it a solid 3 months. The elimination diet is best done over a 3-month period. And then after that 3-month period, you can reevaluate then. And then maybe try to see if you can bring in 1 ingredient at a time and see how your body responds. But give it a solid 3 months. 1 week, 2 weeks, it's not going to cut it. You won't feel much of a difference. Give it 3 months. If you can commit to eliminating eggs, dairy, gluten, artificial sweetener for the next 3 months, I want you to comment below or send me a message. I will hold you accountable. I'll check in with you. I want to know how it makes you feel and see what kind of results you get from just eliminating these 4 foods. And yeah, I'm curious to see how you feel on it. So if you're willing to commit, I challenge you, 3 months, eliminate these 4 foods. Let me know how you feel.